Welcome back to Jeff Talks Hoops. Today we're reacting to the game that just happened in Charlotte, the Hornets taking on the Boston Celtics. I know, another Celtics video. I promise I'm going to get to other teams as the season continues to ramp up. This just happened to be one of the most exciting games on this preseason slate. I know that Boston's starting five played. There was no Al Horford, but I'm really excited to see how these guys mesh together. We're going to get right into these highlights. LaMelo Ball suited up for Charlotte. So without further ado, let's get it going.
In tremendous shape. Guys got to do that now. Back in the day, we talked about it.
Jason Tatum, good little dish out of the post to Ball. Derek White, who is playing with a newfound confidence this year, really just picking up where he left off in the postseason. Good defense, and that's what I want to see from the Celtics. Is Derek White, went for the poster there, couldn't put it down, but he wasn't trying to dunk on a lot of people last year. I want to see how the Celtics look defensively in this one, and I understand that with these highlight reels, you don't really see that, so I'm going to have to watch an extended cut of this game later. Terry Rozier getting buckets is what he does. Celtics fans know that all too well. Mark Williams, one of these guys I think is in for a breakout year. Had a fantastic second half of last season. Deep three for Jaylen Brown. Mr. First quarter. Let's see if he can get it going. Oh! Payne Pritchard. Porzingis and one, but Payne Pritchard, I said in our last Celtics video that he was looking like the preseason MVP. Not right there. And talk about that defense I've been looking for. I understand that Charlotte only has 11 points, but that was a pretty significant defensive lapse there by Boston. Good strip from Terry. That was a good dish from Drew, even though Jalen couldn't get it to go. Brandon Miller taking it coast to coast. I want to see that more from him. I just want to see Brandon Miller be more aggressive. I understand the stats haven't looked that good in preseason. He's still trying to find his role. Nick Richards is operating very effectively in the pick and roll right now. Another guy that really solidified his role in Charlotte last season. LaMelo getting it going and one. Is that Neemias Queta getting minutes with the starters? That is another thing I was looking to see for Boston. They're still trying to figure out what's going on with their front court rotation. Luke Cornett hasn't looked great as the third center currently in the rotation. Al Horford's coming off the bench. Sometimes, obviously, if they're going against the big lineup, Tatum in transition, catch and shoot three. Love to see that from him. But obviously having Al Horford come off the bench helps the Celtics front court depth, but they still need that third rotational big man, and Luke Cornett hasn't looked great. Whereas Queta has looked really solid in garbage time minutes, so it's good to see him get run with the starters, playing against some better competition to see how he can do. Gordon Hayward getting back on the floor. Deep pull from LaMelo Ball. That's what he does. This Hornets team is still a couple years away, but obviously under new ownership, things are looking slightly upwards for them. I know a lot of people, myself included, thought they should have taken Scoot over Brandon Miller. What we've seen from Scoot so far in preseason compared to Miller, obviously it's early, but it looks like that might have been the case. But Miller, that's a nice little take right there. I just want to see the confidence from him. The kid can score. I wasn't sure about his ball handling and playmaking translating to the NBA level. I'm still not sure that's going to be the case. Good finish there by Mark Williams. Porzingis had to come over to help on the contest. Can the and want to go there? No. Staying active on the boards. Whoa! Nice little double clutch finish through contact. Porzingis is getting active down low early, which I like to see. He's already shown off the touch from deep in his few preseason appearances. Big body. Nice strong take to the hole. But again, Porzingis has shown his range so far with the Celtics. 75-footer after the buzzer. I say we count it anyway. It's preseason, right? Yikes, that was a tough start to the second half by Mark Williams there. Drew Holiday transition three. It's going to be interesting to see the role that Holiday plays, and I want to come back to Porzingis as he can test there. That's a really nice take, but Porzingis showed the three. He's shown the midi plenty. I want to see how he looks banging down low a little bit more. We've seen a couple of poster dunks off of alley-oop pick and rolls from him, but just see him go to work down low and use his size, and we've seen that in this game so far, so it's nice to see him really work on that three-level part of his game, which we know he has. Drew Holiday, elite working out of those little post midi fades. Can use either hand. Has great touch off the backboard. Interested to see what type of role he plays with Boston in this really talented roster. Oh my goodness! Gordon Hayward broke Demias Queta with that step back. Not actually, but that was funny. Oh, Sam Hauser. Keep that release high. I'm going to pause that real quick. That is the sign of a truly, truly elite shooter. Off of those high pocket passes, you keep that release high. You don't even have to bring it back down. We see that from guys like Klay Thompson, Buddy Hield to a certain extent, just elite volume shooters. Sam Hauser, for a stretch during last regular season, was one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. He was the best statistical three-point shooter of the NBA for a couple weeks at the very least. So it's always cool when you see these pure guys who are able to keep it high. Man, it's a sight to see. That is extremely difficult. So much more difficult than it looks. Peyton Pritchard, fantastic use of the body to shield off the defender. Take that extra dribble to bring in the rotational big who is defending Queta. Takes him off and opens up the lob. Great read from Pritchard. Queta staying active on the boards. I have liked what I've seen from him so far. And no Luke Cornett so far. Queta, again, with the left, going up. Keep that thing high. Go up fast. He's an athlete. And remember, oh my goodness. He went up, exactly. Eric Collins saying, oh my goodness myself. He went up like he wanted to poster him. Still was able to put it down, but Queta, remember, this is a two-way guy for the Celtics. Now, he could end up being converted prior to the season. Could end up being converted some way through this, halfway through the season. But with the way he's playing right now, oh no. I never like to see an injury like that, man. That stinks. And he immediately was grabbing at it. And the Celtics are going to play through it. I mean, this is preseason, man. I understand there's a competitive edge here, but whatever. Nick Smith. Nice little take there. Svi Mykhailiuk. And this is a guy that could end up getting some sneaky rotational minutes for the Celtics, especially with their supporting rotational cast of wings. Wenyen Gabriel and one to the hoop. Local kid, came over from South Sudan, grew up in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's always nice to root for those local guys. I'm not sure he's going to make the team. Jordan Walsh. Nice little double clutch layup through the contest there. Lamar Stevens. Whoa! Brings that over. Takes the contact. Double clutch to the left and finish. And he is a fantastic athlete. Delano Bannon, anything? Oh! Get up. Obviously, Delano Bannon is extremely long. But the Celtics, as I mentioned earlier, they have Tatum and Brown. Hauser's kind of established himself right now as that third wing as long as he can stay hot. But behind him, they've got guys like O'Shea Brissett who provide something else. He's more of the O'Shea Brissett and Lamar Stevens, assuming Stevens makes the team because he's on that training camp deal right now. They're the hustle, grit, defensive guys. And then you've got Hauser and Svi Mykhailiuk who can give you something more on the offensive end, really stretch the floor. So Boston, they have a myriad of options, and obviously Jordan Walsh, who is going to spend a lot of time down in Maine. If they can just get something out of two of those guys every night just to give Tatum and Brown, 3 to 5 more minutes to rest, it's going to do wonders for them by the time the postseason rolls around because those minutes, they add up. Love it what I saw from Boston. Obviously, these shortened highlights, you don't get to see everything. I still am going to go back and watch this full game to see what exactly Drew Holiday did, how he fit alongside the team. I liked what I saw from Kristaps Porzingis. I know Jaylen Brown had 20 points. Didn't get to see him do too much in this game, but he shot it really efficiently from 3. I was checking out the box score. So, yeah, great showing from the Celtics. Not much from the Hornets side besides Mark Williams showed some flashes. LaMelo Ball did his thing. Nick Richards looking like a solid, competent big man that teams could be looking at the trade deadline. This is the final preseason game for the Celtics, so you won't have to watch me react to them until their season opener comes around, probably on Wednesday. I'll react to that Celtics-Knicks game. Thank you so much for watching this with me. Stay tuned for another video coming over the next couple days.